Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously their merchandising, their TV shows, I don't know, what have you. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'm talking about it. So, this is no exception here, quite obviously. So, here we go. I'm just gonna make this fairly short, but anyway, let's just get to the damn point, shall we? I'm just gonna punch people in the face, I swear to God, because that lever is stupid. Ugh. Anyway, I mean, yes, the female president of George Lucas Arts has stated that men didn't have any problems with Princess Leia, which is true. They really didn't. At least those who didn't really make much of a noise because most people were accepting. But yes, anyway, yeah, how I want to discuss how the toxic male fan base can be really bothersome, which is true. She actually has a point there. Yes, it's not going to be a rant video about the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And yes, this is a response to how people reacted on how that trilogy is, the sequel trilogy, and how a lot of these characters are being presented in such a way, like how a lot of people seem to be complaining about the fact that, oh no, Star Wars has gone woke, Star Wars has become too political and all that jazz. So yes, this was okay to be a bit more specific, a direct response to the character Ray, how she's apparently a Mary Sue, which in itself is a logical fallacy because yeah, they keep focusing on all the things she's good at. Oh, she's great at this. She's great at this, and all these things ABC. But they never explain why she's a Mary Sue. I mean, they attempt to, I guess, but it's sloppy at best. It's extremely exaggerated how they complain about, oh no, she has these big muscle arms and whatnot. But never mind the fact that what is explained about her abilities is actually explained in the movies and in the expanded universe. And yes, I'm aware of the fact that there are a good number of fans who don't even pay attention to the lore and they just recognize just the three movies and that's it. Which in itself is pretty stupid and everything, but I did not in that if you're gonna be one of those people that just only acknowledge the original films that's isolated from literally everything else, then I don't know what to tell you. That's more new than it is on these movies. And the character Ray has made mistakes. Did you see the same movie here? Okay, it's movies, I should say. I just find it odd a lot of these complaints don't mention the fact that these characters and these movies overall have always been political from the very beginning. And even if some of them will acknowledge the fact that these movies has always been political, that doesn't mean you're out the woods just yet because of the fact that they were just assume that's all there is, that she's just a woman and nothing else. There's no three-dimensional type character writing. There's no character development. She's just a woman. She's Ray herself is nothing more than just a vessel for the script writers to just scream into the void, so to speak, when it comes to their own politics, assuming that they're biased somehow just because of that. What I'm trying to say here is that this in itself is yet again another logical fallacy because they're projecting their own bias onto this character. She's more than having her own, how do I say, lady parts. She's more than what she has in between her legs, is what I'm getting at. All right. So it says in the books, it says in the movies how this and that had occurred. You've seen the movies, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. They're willfully ignoring that fact, but of course, they would go on to say stuff like, oh, there's no training whatsoever. Oh, there's no logical pathway to this being a master of something. Oh, there's no logical explanation for anyone that becomes magically great at something in that very instance that they never studied in that very moment. And say that they just sloppy writing when you think about it, this is so stupid. Okay, I would have to ask this again. Did we see the same movies here? She has broken the Jedi code here and there in the movies. I get into anger. She has gotten angry quite a few times, which, of course, according to the Jedi code, you're not supposed to get angry. You're not supposed. I mean, you're allowed to get angry, but what I mean is that you're not supposed to act out on that anger. You're not supposed to act out on that anger, which she did. And you're supposed to be patient, which she didn't do. She was very impatient. And She actually went rogue a few times, which again goes against the Jedi coding. When it comes to moral ethics and whatnot, I'm trying to say she's a bad person. Uh, she's just rather naive in some aspects. I mean, okay, yes, there's an argument to be made where she should know better. That's true, but still, that doesn't mean these individuals have a point. Yeah, like the female president of Joseph Arts, they didn't seem to have an issue with Princess Leia, but with this character, they seem to be. And then it just seems, yeah, she has a point with that. But somehow, this character gets a lot of heat for some bizarre, contrived reasons. All right, let me just wrap it up here because this entire thing is ridiculous. And yes, I've defended this character quite a few times before, so excuse me if this entire thing seems repetitive. Okay, I guess I'll end it with this. I have to bring up the prequel trilogy. Yeah, these three films, because Anakin Skywalker was automatically good at everything. Even when he was a young boy, he was like 50 different things all at the same time. And these 50 different things or so contradict each other and in themselves. And he was automatically good at everything. How is that he was able to build machines yet he was a slave? He would literally have no time for any of this. Or supply, so how did that happen? And then the whole thing with the pod racing, that doesn't make any sense either. So then, even if you're willing to ignore the Phantom Menace, if you just want to pay attention to episode 2 and 3, or even if you just want to pay attention to Star Wars episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, since that film held favorably for a lot of people. I mean, it's still a bad movie, but that's besides the point. Anyway, pretty much everybody say that there's like this grand thing, he's the chosen one. He's the chosen one. He's gonna bring balance. He's not supposed to do these things. And mind you, this whole thing of this whole grand plan was never mentioned in the later films or before. This whole prophecy thing is one before. Oh, by the way, folks, going back to the whole pod racing thing, even if you want to argue that maybe he's just stole so specific parts for this and that for his pod racing, how do you know that? How did he know that? And how did he have time to know such a thing? Something that super specific. To know what to grab and how to grab it. How did he get the money? Did he steal it? I don't know. It's never explained really. So I mean, I could go on and on. With every complaint they have with the Ray, I could easily counter with that with the prequel trilogy. Anyway, that'll be it, folks. I mean, I could go on and on. They're just stupid. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.